007 responding. Come on.
Go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here from Live Hunting Company. This is our second video in, I don't know if it's necessarily a series, but we're kind of diving into some gun stuff. We're obviously hunters and love the outdoors, and guns are a big part of that. And so we wanted to bring alongside us today Mr. Tanner Hayes, who is a gun fanatic. He knows a lot about guns, and he has personally the best. I've not shot many, so but the best AR that I've ever shot, I'm a huge fan. And just to show you guys, show the camera, let's clean the rack out, make sure we're not loaded and everything else. Everything's
we're clear, we're safe.
Safe, we're good to go. Clear. And so we've had an absolute spree today, guys. We've gotten together. We're doing a lot of things. We're bulling some deer heads, having a good time. We've done a lot of shooting today as well. We made a goofy little funny movie that you just saw. Yeah. And so it's been a spree. Getting to actually, one thing that I'll say about shooting guns is usually I just went out and shot before. And today we actually had some targets, we had some drills, we had some, reloading, kind of little things we were running through. And it was a lot of fun. It was almost like going to an amusement park for guns.
Yep.
And so it's been a spree. So Tanner, what have you got here for us, man?
So first and foremost, thanks for having me out here today.
Absolutely.
We have had an absolute blast at this. I mean, just fun time shooting. Some good fellowship. I mean, building some good relationships. I mean, this is what this is all about.
Absolutely.
So this is awesome. But to the gun, this is an FN-15 carbine, or tactical carbine, I should say, in flat dark earth. And it's from FN. Some people say FN Herstal, but FN is usually what they've been going with now. And I've added a few different things on here. This is a Vortex Crossfire 2 scope. It's the 1.4 magnification. It's pretty sweet. I mean, it's nothing that you're going to go and like reach those long distances on.
Yeah.
You'll get, a bigger scope for that. But the main purpose, I really bought this was for home defense. So some scope like this, you can do the 1 magnification on there, and it's just like me and you were standing here. You can zoom in on the fourth one, and it does what you need to. I mean, 100 yards. And for fun, I might take it deer hunting, one time. I know you were saying you were looking into getting one of these. It'd be perfect for your son. I had the same thing in mind, too, with getting it.
And that's kind of one of the things that drew me to an AR. And now is probably the worst time in America to buy a gun. Because you can't find them, and prices are really up. But I am definitely in the market for an AR. My son is going to be 6 this coming year, and so he's getting to that point where we're going to start shooting. And I love the ability for most ARs, and this one included, you can adjust the stock. It's not going to kick very much.
Right.
And from what I've read, I need to do a little more research, but the 5.56 223 is, that's going to kill a deer. Yeah. And they make, game rounds for those things. Yeah. And so it's really appealing for that, and not to mention, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like we were saying before, I mean, it's such a versatile round. You can do so much with it. You can have fun with it. You can target practice. You can go hunting with it, and then you can use it for home defense. I mean, it's something that you can get so many different types of rounds for, and then the way they make ammo nowadays, you can get around for anything you want to do.
Yeah.
But it's an absolute blast to have one of these.
So you got some fancy stuff. So I guess the question, you know, and this is, although I grew up, you know, obviously shooting, I know a lot about guns, but if you are in the market for an AR or something like this, or the FN-15, if we go buy this, just the average customer like me, is it going to come with all these bells and whistles, or what all have you put on here? Like I see a light here, we got a handle. Of course, you mentioned you did put your scope on there. So talk about kind of what you got going on here and what you've put on it extra.
Okay, so out of the box, it comes just flat. There's nothing on it. There's no hand stop. There's no flashlight, no scope. It didn't even come with iron sights. So when I bought it, I bought iron sights because I didn't have a scope at the time. MSRP on this gun was $14.99, what we just looked up, and I think out the door, when I bought it at the beginning of the year, MSRP was $16.99. So that's, I think I got it out the door for $1,200 or $1,300.
Yeah.
So this is not the most economical AR out there as far as price goes. You can go and get one $300-$400 if you just want to go buy one real quick.
Maybe not right now. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not right now. You can't find one right now.
And we did look this gun up, and you know, Bud's Gun Shop and things like that, and you nowhere has them in stock. And so it may be hard to find currently, but you know, in the future, that's the price point that's on at the FN website that we looked up. That $1,400 to $1,500 range, give or take. And then, like you said, you went locally, and we would encourage viewers, obviously, do the same. Go local, and you may be able to find even a better deal, like you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, if you find one of these on the market used, obviously, it's going to be a better price. But without a global pandemic, you could probably find this gun pretty easily. But right now, you can't. But so what it came with, I'm going to say, I'm not going to speak for FN, but I think they partnered with Magpul on this because it came with one of the P-Mags, which is just Magpul's standard polymer magazine, and I really like this better than your regular standard magazine that you can get. It came with the Magpul grip, and then it comes with the Magpul stock on there, and that's kind of, I'm going to say, not necessarily an issue, but maybe a little amateur complaint on that, because I think a lot of the pros look for a tight tolerance on the adjustment on your stocks. And
when you say that, it just means that it's not going to slide and be loosey-goosey all over the place.
Exactly.
It's really like your stock's going to be there, and when you do clamp down on this little guy here, you got to give it a little bit to get it to move, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, so you're not just going to accidentally bump it, or when you go to pick it up, it's not going to move, anything like that. So that's actually a good thing on this. And then the second complaint that I'm going to have is that it's heavy. I mean, fully loaded, this thing is a brute. But I mean, you can, so if you're going to go on a long walk with this, if you're going to carry it a long ways, I recommend getting a sling for it.
Sure.
It's going to wear you down, but I mean, that's it as far as complaints go. It's heavy, but it's got the cold hammer forged steel barrel. That's why it's heavier. It is 16-inch barrel, so I mean, it's a bigger gun, bigger AR platform, so it's going to be more weight fully loaded. But just to be general, I'll give you some overall specs on this gun. So it's obviously 5.56, 223, pretty standard round. Direct impingement, 30 round mags, that's what it came with. Like I was saying, the P-Mags. Overall weight, and I'm guessing this is not fully loaded, it's going to be 7.2 pounds. So you add 30 rounds ammo on top of that, it's going to add...
And then your accessories too.
Yeah, then your accessories, you know, I probably could have got a lighter scope, lighter mount. They make lighter mounts on there that you can get that takes a little bit of the weight on there, but then you're crunching numbers there. Then I've got the flashlight on there as well. Barrel length, like I said, 16 inches, and then overall length is 34 to 37, depending on where you adjust your stock. And then some other things that I have added. I added a Streamlight ProTac flashlight. 1,000 lumen flashlight. You know, if you're going to run in your house and clear your house because you feel like somebody's in there, you need a flashlight on there. And then
you can point that thing to the camera. You can see how bright it is.
And then it comes with a strobe. But on this, when I bought this flashlight, it had the button attachment. So if I were going to do the button attachment, I would flip this over on this side and hit the button attachment with my thumb. But it also came with a pressure switch. So you can hit the pressure switch, light on, let go with your thumb, or if you're going to be walking through the woods or something looking at that, or you need to keep your flashlight on, it actually has a button that you can click, keep your flashlight on, and you can do the same thing, I believe, with the strobe, and leave the strobe on if you needed to. But I've always been a Streamlight fan. I mean, they make some good flashlights, affordable. I think the flashlight itself, out of the box with the pressure switch, was $120. You know, you can go get a Surefire and pay $600, $700, $800 for a rifle flashlight, different for a pistol light. But a rifle light, I mean, they're way up there. So for us, you know, plain Jane guys that's just looking to put a flashlight on their gun, I recommend a Streamlight.
So roundabout, you're looking, you know, with all the bells and whistles, the gun, your scope, and of course, you know, again, just depending on what you're going to use it for, you may not need a scope. You know, I know they make the red dot things and so forth and so on. You may like iron sights, whatever.
Yep.
This setup, probably altogether, you're looking at about $2,000 or so.
Probably.
And again, that's give or take because different stores are gonna, you know, you may find a sale, you may find it used. We're just giving you a ballpark figure of what you're looking at in terms of, you know, overall cost. And again, guns are going to fluctuate with price and everything else. But it's like I was saying earlier, it's a pretty gun. The earth tones, you know, I know that's not everything, but I love that style. And it's the different tones of earth tones. So you got more of a kind of a greenish, you got some sand, you got some brown. Beautiful gun. It's well made. You were talking about the weight, and when you feel it, it's not overly heavy or anything, but you just, I mean, you're holding a piece of equipment that you know that's well built.
Absolutely.
And that's the big turn on for me. Even someone, you know, I don't know a ton about gun specs, but I can look at this gun, pick it up, feel it, and even after shooting it, you know it's a well-built machine. And yeah, so I'm a huge fan. And if I get one in the future, I'm definitely, this is going to be on the list for sure.
A heavier barrel and a heavier guard will help with recoil.
Absolutely.
A heavier gun will help with recoil.
And then just another extra thing or two. So FN itself, their company, if a lot of you play video games or you're big military buffs, you know, former military, anything like that, FN is known for their SCAR. It's the FN SCAR 17, which is a bigger rifle, shoots 7.62s, and then it has the significant flash hider on the end, the 3-prong flash hider. So they added that to this series, the FN series, FN-15 series. It's just something on there that's really cool. It just gives that visible identifier that you can see on there, that you know what kind of gun it is. It's just really cool to have. And then I added a Magpul hand stop as well. So it's got some good grit on there that you can hold on to it, and it shoots the more of the grip that they're teaching these days, your little C-clamp grip. You can put your pinky on there. It also is good if you're going to mount it on a door. Like if you're going to go up against a wall, you're going to put that like right on the side. It gives you some good foundation to hold on to. So it's pretty cool. And the thing about an AR is you can customize it any way you want. I mean, I could put a different foregrip on there. I could use different magazines. I could use a different stock, scope, lights, flash hiders, muzzle brakes, whatever you want to put on there.
And yeah, like Brandon was saying too, you know, with a little bit of extra weight, you have, you know, for me, and wanting to get this primarily for my son to shoot, it's going to take off that recoil. Obviously, it's got a little something there, but it's not nothing crazy. And then also, I'm sure with the weight, your accuracy is going to go up as well.
Absolutely.
And so you gotta really run the figures as far as what you want to get a gun like this for. But to me, this is an overall great gun. One, you can have fun with, like we're doing today. 2, self-defense, home defense. And then 3, you can get out and practically you can go, you know, kill your dinner with it. You can put meat in the freezer. And like I said, I think it'd be great for kids too, because you, as they grow, you can move the stock back. And then you can get those game rounds that's going to be plenty enough for something like a whitetail deer. Now, would you want to take this elk or moose hunting? Probably not. But for around here, what we have, elk or deer and things, I think it'd be perfect.
Coyotes. I mean,
coyotes,
perfect wildlife management. And I even got a 10-round magazine for this, just for to follow state regulations and guidelines on that. Because we've talked about that in the past. That'll be pretty fun. We might have to shoot another video with that.
I can't. But, I know you can hunt them at nighttime, and you call them in, and they come out. That'd be pretty scary. Throwing that light on.
This would be the gun I would want to have in a scary situation.
For sure.
I'm very impressed with it. Always impressed with Vortex. Their glass is great.
Yeah.
Love it.
I have a ton of Vortex stuff as well, as far as their binos and rangefinders. And yeah, that company's great. And I personally know people who have had trouble, and their warranty, they stand behind it.
But pretty impressed with it. Trigger's good. It feels good. You can get as much real estate on the gun as you can when you're holding it.
Yeah.
You know, the weight was my only issue. That means I might need to get in the weight room and quit complaining about it. But overall, very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, if you it's something you probably notice, like if you go to the range, like we're doing. Like I noticed when I shot it, when we done that little drill, shot five, had to reload. When you take that hand off of it, you start to feel that weight a little bit. So when you're doing little things like that with the drills or on range day, you may feel the weight, and of course packing it around the mountains. But if you get yourself, like if you're going to hunt with it, you got a good sling, you know, it may not be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Again, if you're a guy who wants something much lighter, then maybe you want to look into other options. But again, whatever you get, you're going to have to add some things to it, which is going to add some weight.
Yeah.
Regardless. So.
I mean, honestly, we haven't tried it, but I think we could run over with a truck, pick it up, shoot it, and be just fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's a well built. I mean, this is solid stuff right here. So. Anything we need to add, Brandon?
Just that if you want this AR to look cool, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Also, if you've ever listened to people talk specs on a gun and it sounds like Japanese, go ahead and smash that like button.
Yes.
And that's another thing, guys. We're not gun pros. We're not professionals. We didn't go to school. I've not spent my entire life researching.
Honestly, some dude just went under the camera while you were talking. We're not professionals.
Brandon just stopped. Brandon's got. Here, wait. Look. We need to get a camera somewhere. Get his camera.
He's got on tactical knee pads.
He's got on knee pads just so he can slide under the table as we're talking. But no, in all seriousness, guys, we're just like you. We're average Joes who love the outdoors, love to hunt, love to fish, love to camp, hike, love to shoot guns. And we're just trying to give you the information that we have about them. We're not, you know, as far as the specs and the details that a true professional might be able to give you, this may not be the right video. But overall, you know, what our impressions are about it and kind of overall specs, you know, that's what we wanted to bring to you today. And I have had an absolute blast shooting this video, hanging out with Tanner, you know, doing those little drills that I've never done before. It was totally a lot of fun. And this is an amazing piece of equipment. Yeah. I would highly recommend, if you got the extra moolah in your budget.
Stimulus check will pay for this. They're transferable. So you can use your stimulus check on this gun.
And I'm one of those people where it's like, if I'm going to spend $500 on an AR, why not spend just $2,000 and get what you want?
It's the same
amount of money. It's the same amount. Well, there you have it, you guys. This is the FN-15 Carbine Tactical, whatever you want to call it. Again, we got the Vortex scope, we got the Streamlight flashlight, we got fancy hand grips. It is a blast. We highly recommend it. And again, I just want to give a huge shout out to Tanner Hayes for coming, for hanging out. This is my friend and my buddy, more than just the gun guy on the channel or anything like that. I met Tanner at church, and we've been in fellowship for the past couple of years, and he's just a great overall dude. He's made me a better man. I love him to death. We've had a blast today. Like he said at the beginning, just fellowship and hanging out. That's what it's all about. And him bringing his gun down here and doing this, we're just super grateful, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it for having me out, man. Same to you. Appreciate it.
You guys smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, all that fancy stuff. It really does help. We appreciate it. If you like these videos, if you like gun videos, you want more of it, leave a comment below. Let us know. We'll be happy to. That's it. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
The goal of this is a Bear Solutions target drill. I don't know if that's the correct name for it, but we're going to put 5 rounds in one square, 5 rounds in the other square, and then 3 rounds in the center circle. But we've got 10 rounds loaded in here. So if you counted that, you did your math, 5, 5, and 3, that's very close to 13. So we got to have a reload in the middle of that. So we're going to go 5, 5, reload, and then go 3 in the middle.
All ready? Go.
like 36.